right, thank you for staying with us. It's the final round of games in the EPL. Quite a number of leagues also. The Serie A is also going into its final round. La Liga also. And the thing is that there's drama, of course, concerning European places. Relegation has been sorted out for quite a lot, but we'll focus on the EPL. And maybe if we have time, we'll talk a bit on the Serie A. But we'll kick off with the EPL, where relegation is also already confirmed. But the big thing in the EPL is the race for the top 5. Manchester City, Newcastle, Chelsea, Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest. 5 teams who are fighting for 3 places. Now, I'll talk about the different teams and what they need to do or what they need for them to win. But Edgar, who, by the way, all real Arsenal fans would have had a bad day on Wednesday. Because not only they celebrate St. Tottenham's Day, but this year, Tottenham have won a title. Arsenal have won nothing. Except so you know, that's what I mean. But if Edgar doesn't feel that way, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I know one guy that like he.
Can I say something, Mike?
Go ahead.
Mike, it's not a bad day. Your enemy's enemy is your friend. Do you understand? Yes, we're not happy that Tottenham has won the Europa, but we are glad here in Nigeria that it is not Manchester United. Do you know how many Manchester United fans I have in my streets? Do you know how many people disturb me on WhatsApp every single day? Do you know how many of them claimed the cup before they even got to the final? So please, there is peace in Jerusalem. We can rest. Don't worry, next year, it's Arsenal's year. Next year is Arsenal's year.
Oh, God. We're not in movie segment now, series. It's not next season. Arsenal and next season, that's a concurrent, they go concomitant, they are together, Arsenal and next season. But let's take a look at the table here. Of course, as we know, we're focusing on the top 7. Yes, we're focusing on the top 7. And let's see. As it stands, Liverpool, of course, confirmed. Arsenal, of course, confirmed in second position. The battle is between Manchester City, Newcastle, Chelsea, Aston Villa, and, of course, Nottingham Forest. Now, Manchester City are on 68 points, who look the surest. Even a draw can get them into the Champions League positions. It will have to take a capitulation from them losing and other results going against them for them not to make the Champions League. But the interesting thing about the final round of matches for this weekend in the EPL will be Chelsea versus Nottingham Forest. Now, for that match, Nottingham Forest know that if they win, 65 points, if they win, they go up to 68. It virtually gives them a chance. Chelsea will drop out. Now, Chelsea, it's possible that Chelsea will not play European football next season. If they lose to Nottingham Forest and also lose the UEFA Conference League final, then Chelsea will be like Man U. No European football for them. I guys already smiling there. That's a possibility you like, eh? You like it, right?
Two clubs are going to cry. 2 clubs are going to shed tears. The tears will roll. And I can already tell. I can predict the 2 clubs. Okay. I can tell you for a fact. I already know. All right. If you're into sport betting or the rest, this is the chance where you can easily just cash out big, because I can tell you for a fact, I already know the clubs that will cry. Man U is already crying. So
it's been a season to forget for them.
So others will cry as well.
Now, talking about Man U, they will be up at Old Trafford against Aston Villa. Now, this match, Aston Villa, like I mentioned also, they need this match. They have an outside chance of qualifying for the Champions League. Of course, they'll need to beat Manchester United and hope results go in their favor. So this is one to watch. Now, there are quite a number of intriguing matches. Final day fixtures are always quite interesting whenever there's drama. So that means that there'll be twists and turns. And from the matches that we're expecting twists and turns, like I mentioned, Nottingham Forest against Chelsea, that would be one quite very big one there. We're looking at that one. Newcastle against Everton. Everton, of course, there's been that resurgence since David Moyes came back into the club. Looks like he was born for that club. They've been doing quite well. And I expect... Now, Newcastle are definitely favourites, but I would say that it is not going to be an easy ride for them. There's pride at stake for Everton, so you don't just expect them to rush over. Now, Bournemouth will be up against Leicester City. Fulham against Manchester City, of course, are favourites for this one. I think they will take it, but there you never know what happens in football. But even if they lose, they can still make it if all the results go their way. Ipswich will be up against West Ham. There's nothing Ipswich is playing for. West Ham also. Liverpool will be given their title at Anfield as they'll be up against Crystal Palace. So it's basically a celebration. Since since they picked their title, they have not won a match. Would they send out or wrap up the season on a high? Now, for me, Edgar, the thing about Liverpool is that pictures came. In fact, Arne Slot was in Ibiza a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. Some of the players had already, they even started. Mohamed Salah, who they reportedly left, went for a small vacation, came back. So they've offed. They've already forgotten about the season and all of that. So
yeah, another thing you should also consider is after they were confirmed champions, look at the kind of clubs that they played against. They played Chelsea, who was struggling to make sure that they have a win. And then you had Arsenal as well after Chelsea. So I wouldn't blame Liverpool.
Arsenal and Chelsea, what are they?
Who are they?
Who's Arsenal? Who's Chelsea?
Oh, God.
In the scheme of things.
It's your mouth that I like. It's your mouth. Your mouth is running like tap now. No worries. No problem.
Okay. And then Joa is here, Chelsea fan. I've told you, Chelsea, you have the possibility of no Europe next season. If you lose to Nottingham Forest, and Betis beat you, because it's looking like Betis will beat you. Well, we're going to review the final of the Conference League and, of course, the Champions League. Tune into the beautiful game tomorrow, 11 a.m., where we'll have more time to talk about all of that. But I do think that Betis do have a chance. Now, Betis are playing one day earlier. Betis will play today. Betis will play earlier. That came, of course, from La Liga, getting them set. Now, on Wednesday, that's when that final is going to go down to 28. But Chelsea are going to play on Sunday, and they have a grudge. It's a grudge match. So I don't know. And the problem is this. If it wasn't the final day, probably the EPL could have moved their match, as it happened in Serie A. Now, in Serie A, Napoli and Inter Milan will play today. That's because, of course, Inter Milan are going to be playing the Champions League final, and Serie A is giving them the best chance that they can take. So they are playing, and because of their in contention with Napoli for the title, so Napoli and Inter Milan will play today. But it's not happening for England because there are just too many variables. There are just too many things happening. So Chelsea are going to just have a 3-day rest before that match. Wow. Betis will have up to 5 days, they have more time, and I don't know what you think, Edgar. Do you think that could count in Real Betis' favour?
Yeah, I don't think Chelsea should use that as an excuse for anything. The reason is they have enough players. They have, I think Chelsea is one of the clubs in Premier League that has way more than any other person. So I would advise them to, take it easy, try and get a win in both games. These are games they can easily win now. It's Chelsea now. So it shouldn't be an excuse at all. And again, the coaches are tactical geniuses, so they should come out firing good.
All right, Edgar, I would like your thoughts about the Europa League champions, Tottenham Hotspurs, and Ange Postecoglou. He'll be up for final day against Brighton. They'll probably parade their trophy or something. I don't know if they're going to do it maybe after the match or something and all of that. But Europa League champions, Ange Postecoglou had mentioned that he always wins stuff in his second season, and it looked like it wasn't going to happen. But then he has picked up the Europa League. They're going to be up against Brighton. Would you say, now Spurs are in 17th place, would you say that Tottenham Hotspurs have had a successful season picking the Europa League? Would you say it's a success? They've lost, what, almost 18 matches or so, but would you say that season has been successful?
I would say that they've had a successful season. The reason is because for the past 17 years now, they haven't won a trophy. And this is not just any kind of trophy. It's not a Community Shield or an FA Cup. It's a trophy that has taken them straight to the Champions League. So I would say, yes, it is a success if that was the target. That's why I love their coach. He's someone that said, I usually win. I always win in my second season. So to me, for them to win something as big as the Europa, I think it's huge and it's a success. I don't think they should even play the last match against Brighton. I'll just tell them, take your points. Let's stay at home. They've tried.
Right, wonderful. With all of that happening and all of that, we would have all the drama. The final match on that day will be Wolves against Brentford, not really fighting for anything, as it were.
Are they all playing at the same time?
What?
They're all playing at the same time.
Of course, they're all going to happen at the same time. It's a final match day, and because of their many variables, that's why they could not be shifted. And we mentioned about the advantage that Real Betis might have against Chelsea. But, Manchester United, of course, losing that thing. Ruben Amorim, it's been said that the club will stand by him, as it were. What do you think Manchester United need to do next season for them to get back into contention?
The only person apart from Amorim they need to stand by is to stand by God. I mean, what else? What other option do they have? Which other club or coach who wants to go and club Manchester United? Would you coach Manchester United if you had the opportunity to?
Would I coach?
It's a problem now.
You say, would I coach?
Would you coach Manchester United? They have no choice. I think
you know how much they go pay me
reset,
if they say they want make a
I cannot
coach
wait for
Man
the
U.
transfers, though. I can't wait for the transfers. I think that's where we're going to really see what happens next season. But again, you need to understand that every season, 2 out of the major 6 top 6 clubs always struggle. Every season, 2 must struggle.
All right. Okay, that's the size of what we have on a beautiful game. And of course, like we mentioned, it's the final match day for the EPL and major leagues across Europe. And then we'll go on a 2.5-month break before we get back in August. Well, just enjoy the game, and we'll be back after this timeout for the second lap.